Hi everyone. Tonight's story is Tractor Mac Arrives at the Farm by Billy Steers. Sibley the horse lived on the Stony Meadow farm. He was a hard worker. Tug and pull and haul and drag. He did the work of two strong horses. Sibley's days were spent plowing in the spring, mowing in the summer, harvesting in the fall, and logging in the winter. Sibley's favorite job was pulling the hayride at the summer picnics. The children would all cheer for Sibley and give him treats of apples and carrots. One day the animals heard a strange new noise in the farmyard. Chug, chug-a-pop. They looked out at the barn. A large red machine sat in the farmyard spewing smoke. Farmer Bill was seated at the bright new shiny tractor, and he had a big smile on his face. That evening, Farmer Bill parked the tractor in the barn. The animals came over to greet the newcomer. "What big black rubber tires you have," said Carla the chicken. "Look at all your wires and gears and cables," explained Pete the pig. "Welcome to Stony Meadow Farm," greeted Sam the old ram. "Welcome, welcome," they all cried. The red tractor smiled. "Well, howdy do," he said. "My name is Mac, and I can do the work of 10 horses, and I'm happy to be here." "10 horses," gasped the animals. "You must be really strong." That night Sibley was not able to sleep. Visions of mechanical horses danced in his head. Could Mac really do the work of 10 horses? What would be left for Sibley to do? Early the next morning, Farmer Bill climbed into Mac's seat and started the engine. Mac rumbled to life, and they headed for the fields. Sibley waited to be tacked up for the day's work, but nobody came. All that day, Sibley listened to the other animals. "Did you see how fast Mac plowed the fields?" crackled the chickens. "He delivered the hay in less than an hour," the sheep explained. "He hauled all the wood for the new roof," squealed the pigs. As the days passed, it was clear that Mac had taken over all of Sibley's jobs. "Soon they'll be turning you out to pasture," said Margot the cow. "You'll probably never have to work another day in your life." Just then Sibley heard the sound of children. "Maybe they're coming to the barnyard for a hayride." He galloped out of the barn. And he stopped abruptly at the fence, because there was Mac, pulling a dozen cheering children in the hay wagon. Sibley's hay wagon. Sibley had never felt so sad and useless in his whole life. What good is a workhorse who can't work? In the weeks that followed, Sibley hoped he would be put to work, but every morning Farmer Bill and Mac left the barn. Sibley wondered if he had been forgotten for good. Finally, one day, Farmer Bill came back to the farm without Mac. "Sibley, old lad, I need your help. We have a problem that only you can fix." The farmer led Sibley to one of the far fields. Rain had fallen during the night. The field was soaked with rainwater. And there sat Mac, up to his axles in mud. With a tug and a yank, Sibley wrenched Mac free from the mud, and then he spent the rest of the day working in the soggy field while Mac sat behind the stone wall. When it was time to go back to the barn, Mac said, "Thanks for rescuing me, Sibley." Farmer Bill patted Sibley on the neck. "You were a big help today," he said. From that day on, Farmer Bill let both Sibley and Mac work side by side, and they became the best of friends. Tractor Mac arrives on the farm.